For Veterans Only is also telecast on the Armed Forces Radio and Television Service for the benefit of our men and women on military duty at home and abroad.
Special Correspondent Guy Smith recently retired from the Navy. And Guy, you make your home here in Colorado. You hit the slopes quite a bit. You're an avid skier. You know ski equipment. What kind of special equipment does it take to get these handicapped veterans out on the slopes so that they can feel that freedom of a downhill run?
Well, Brian, it depends on the degree of disability. It could be a one-legged skier. It could be a person who's paralyzed from the waist down. There's a variety of equipment available to get them out there skiing like you and me. Paraplegics like Randy Springer ski even the toughest terrain on a sit ski. Randy, who's paralyzed from the chest down, is an instructor with Powderhorn's Handicap Ski School, known as Colorado Discover Ability. The sit ski is designed to maximize the upper body and arm strength of the skier, who controls the device with the help of special metal picks.
Without the picks, you wouldn't be able to turn. Because what you're doing is you're sitting in the sled, and you're right on the ground. And you got these picks out here, and what you do is you grab hold of the sled and you sort of put the pick down. And you grab a hold of the snow with this pick while you're pushing the front of the sled.
What's the advantage you have in this part rather than just a pick that you would hold like this?
Well, they do have picks that are just straight, and they don't have this this force or this here. Well, that really gets to the wrist, because when you're putting it down, the old wrist really takes some torment and anguish, especially in ice. So when you have this, then when you put this thing down, then you're getting all the pressure. You're using your forearm and your shoulder than more of the wrist.
The skier becomes one with the sit ski, strapped securely in place.
When you get into it, you want to make the sled feel like it's a part of you, because you're going to be able to perform better if it's a part of you. And you got to lean forward because you've got these rudders that are underneath the sled here. So when you lean forward, you're getting these out of the snow, and that'll make the picks work easier. You put the pick down, and then you lean forward, and it turns you. Now, when you want to stop and catch your edge, you lean back, and it puts the weight on where it's deeper here. And that's what the edges are used for. And you use the edges just like a regular skier would. You traverse down the slope and keep your speed at a minimal, and that way it'll keep you in control.
Beginning sit skiers are assisted by able-bodied skiers holding a tether line. But the goal is independence. The feeling of freedom to ride the lift to the top of the mountain and ski down on your own with your ski partner. Skiers are also trained to handle emergencies.
If you get out of control and you know you're going to go into hit a person, a tree, anything like that, you got to learn to throw yourself over, you know. When you throw yourself over, then you can tuck and roll. And you sort of just tuck and you can roll out of it. And it'll slow you down and prevent injury to you or somebody else.
The sit ski is designed with important safety features.
You got your roll bar, which is the big thing. So if you're out of control and you think you're going to wreck, then you tuck forward and you let the roll bar take the shock, you know. Then you got the evacuation harness. This is used primarily if you're going up on the left and it happens to break down or something. Then they'll hook this up and let you down.
Another piece of adaptive equipment for handicapped skiers is the monoski. It's a single ski mounted to a seat with a leaf spring and shock absorber.
It takes all the bounce out of skiing. It's like having your knees using the shock.
What kind of handicapped person would use a monoski?
Paralyzed from the waist down, or amputee, double amp that can't use artificial legs.
There are many different designs and models of the monoski to match the skier's abilities.
This is a really good monoski for beginners. This is excellent for a beginner to learn how to ski in this equipment.
Perhaps the most advanced sit-down ski has been developed by world-class ski racer Rick Isom, who has perfected the bi-ski.
Because I felt I never did have the kind of control that I wanted. So I felt that if I come up with a way to articulate two skis, that I could have twice the control and twice the surface area. on the snow. So it'd be faster and more controllable at the same time. Now the latest development on the bi-ski is that now I'm able to put more angle on my downhill ski, very similar to what a stand-up does with their knee on the downhill leg and ski. So that you tilt your knee in to put more angle on the downhill ski. Now I can do that on this device.
An important tool for most handicapped skiers is the outrigger, which comes in two basic models.
Basically, the only difference is that this shorter model is for a mono skier. Because they are shorter and closer to the ground, their center of gravity is further, they need a shorter outrigger.
The longer version of the outrigger is for stand-up skiers.
People that would use these outriggers would be an amputee, a single-leg amputee that would ski on one ski and need the extra support and stability of the outriggers, or a person with double leg disability that doesn't quite have the strength to stand up ski on their own. They need the extra balance point in the two outriggers.
The ski tip at the base of the outrigger is stationary until the string is pulled. Then it flips up.
This is what we call the walking position of the outriggers. When you're out on the snow as a beginning skier, many times they don't have the ability to use the outrigger down, pushing this way. So they pop them up. Therefore, then they've got them to push themselves along in the lift line or to get to the lift line, various things like that.
Many outriggers are equipped with ski brakes for speed control on straight downhill runs.
We try to encourage people not to rely on the brake because it can become a very bad habit. Eventually, as a person progresses in their ski ability and gets to an advanced state and a competitive state, they take the brakes off.
You gotta love these veterans. They're willing to take the risk to get out there on the slopes, to use this special equipment, and they live life to the fullest.
It's inspiring sharing the slopes with these special people. They've worked all week long to improve their skills, working toward a final day of competition and an evening of recognition. The course was groomed and ready. The competitors would battle the clock, each making 2 runs, looking for their best time, challenging themselves and Mother Nature.
The ski conditions today, we've got 2 feet of fresh snow, fresh powder, Colorado's finest. So what you got to remember today is those sleds are going to be a little squirrely in the powder. Have fun. When you crash, you're not going to hurt yourself, so the powder is going to be tight. Ain't a lot of fun.
This day, Powderhorn was living up to its name. The fresh powder made it rough on some of the competitors, but it wouldn't stop them. This was a day to feel the freedom.
Bad area.
Ready on blue.
Yeah?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, 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 go!
Urban Mayaris of San Diego is a Vietnam veteran, service-connected blind. His ski partner acts as his eyes, calling out signals to the skier who must have the ultimate faith in her.
It's going to be quick turns on a flat, just like we were doing before.
You ready, Sue?
No.
I'm only as good as my guide, and if there's not that confidence level, the fear sets in again.
Racer is ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Go, 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 go,
To get here was the biggest fear, the first primary fear. Getting here, a lot of blind, it's just not a common motion for a blind person. My first year, I wanted to go home the first day. I wanted the next plane out of here. And then with Susan, and they worked with me, and now I wouldn't miss it for anything.
That feeling is shared by all here, the participants, the instructors, spectators, and volunteers. Different veterans groups in the area pitch in support to make it all happen, and they were honored along with the skiers at the clinic's closing banquet.
It's a tremendous number of people that are in this community that are really wonderful American human beings who care about you and who care about the Veterans Administration and who care about this program. And each year, more and more of them have volunteered, have come to the fore and said, isn't there something I could do? And they're wonderful people, and that's impressive.